So the mission of MGO really is to meet the practical needs of people, food, clothing, education, all of the physical needs people have here on earth, while still showing them the love of Jesus Christ, while still meeting them, still touching them with who he is, with his person. We strive to be the person of Christ that reached out to the masses to meet their needs then, while also telling them about their eternal needs to come.
The benefits of being a member are you get to come in twice a week and get clothing, bags for clothing. You get 2 bags every time we're open, so it equals up to 16 bags for the entire month of clothes that you can get. And you also receive once a month into the food pantry. I think one of my most favorite moments partnering with MGO is just when someone comes in and you can just tell that they're really down and out, like they have nothing, and they're just almost in tears because of how bad it is. And sometimes we get sponsors that help out for those kind of people, and when we offer that to them, it's almost like a breath of fresh air, like some hope for them. You can see it in their eyes, just a little twinkling of hope.
So MGO got started in a really unique way. We had an opportunity in July of 2017 to acquire this property, and so a group of community members decided that God was calling us to reach our community and that this was going to become our mission field. And so we really set out on this model of, firefighters, they go and they rescue for a fire. EMS goes and takes care of healthcare, but who's taking care of the soul in an out there kind of way? And that's really what MGO has become. We have become the first responders for the Lord. Sometimes we could get 40 to 80 bags in a given week, which is a lot to process. Thankfully, we have so many volunteers. We can always use more, but we have so many volunteers that take the time, they go through each and every piece of clothing, make sure it's something that they would wear, that they could put on their own kids, and then they put it out on our racks. For whatever we can't use, we never throw anything away, we don't waste anything, we donate to other missions locally here in our community. So my favorite part about partnering with MGO is to reach our community, to touch the lives of people, to show them who the Great Shepherd is. And we get to do that in a really practical way, a very simple way, by putting a coat on somebody, putting your arm around them, and telling them who Christ is in their life and how he can completely transform their heart and how they see life and their outlook. Their physical situation may not change, their housing situation may not change, but he changes who they are and their perspective and their outlook on life.
So the way the food pantry works here at MGO, everybody who comes through, they get a little membership card and they pay a minimal fee per year. That just helps us get the place kind of keeping it running, basically. And then they come through. I usually give just little announcements, and we also go through and we take prayer requests, and we try and give a short message with everyone who comes through, just to give a little bit of encouragement for their month. As far as the impact on the local community, of course we're feeding them. We're appreciated by a lot of people for that, but we're also trying to spread the love of Christ through that, and you can only feed somebody so much before that food runs out. You can always pour more love into them. My favorite part about partnering with MGO is just the difference that we get to see in everybody's lives here. I've seen prayer requests answered. I have seen people who had looked really kind of downtrodden when they first started coming. I've seen them, kind of perk up and become more friendly and actually start having conversation with us. And everything like that is just a wonderful experience. And the staff here is great as well.
Honey Bags is a local nonprofit organization. A friend of mine, Barb Weaver, and I started it 7 years ago. It is a food outreach. The food is sent home on the weekends to children that are in need of extra food for the weekends. The parents rely so much weekly on the school lunch and breakfast every day, and we just want to send home a little extra for the weekends. They get a drink, they'll get fruit, 2 types of fruit. They'll get a cereal, maybe a oatmeal and a Nutri-Grain bar. They'll get 2 proteins such as ravioli, maybe ramen noodles, Easy Mac, Vienna sausage. It rotates weekly, so they don't have the same thing every week. They'll get a couple snacks, maybe some pudding, pack of crackers, some pretzels, something like that. Most of the time it's about 10 to 12 items a weekend that they have, so at least they'll have maybe a nice snack for Saturday and Sunday. There's been numerous times that some of the teachers or the teacher aides have called us and said, hey, we have a special story about a child or whatever, but one in particular, we'll send home fresh fruit once in a while, because a lot of times these families don't use the extra money to buy fresh fruit. And we sent home an orange one time, and I guess the mother picked the little boy up, and they were going home, and the mother said that her little boy opened up the snack pack and said, oh my goodness, Mom, you have to pull over. And I kind of panicked her at first, and she said, what? And he said, there's an orange in my bag. You have to pull over and open up the orange. I'm so excited I have a fresh orange to eat. An acquaintance that messaged me today, and her little boy started kindergarten, and she struggles with some health issues and stuff, and she just wanted to thank me for the backpack, because when she's not feeling well, it gives her some extra food that he can make himself, because we try to get things that have a pop top or easy open containers so he can do it on his own, and he really enjoys doing that. And she even said that we'll send home bottles of water every once in a while for the children, and she said he drinks the bottle of water, he'll refill it to take it to soccer practice, and he was using it for science projects, so just different things that we don't even realize that these families are doing with their packs. So it's just a little extra help for these families in need. I think just working with the community and getting to know the people in the community. I've just been blessed to be able to be here. I'm starting my 7th year out here, and it's just such a blessing to be able to share their lives with these people. The love that we're able to show them, and just relay God to them too. God's such a big part of this outreach and of this ministry, and we just want them to realize that all of this comes from Him, and we're just blessed to be a part of this.
So I teach high school writing for MGO's education program, and really our education program is meant to be a place where students can feel comfortable asking questions, whereas in most cases in public school they wouldn't be, and questions that either parents are unable to answer or are unaware of if they're homeschooling their students. And so we host classes for middle school students, high school students, some elementary, and then we also host an after-school program for students in public school that need help in certain classes. Yeah, so in the past we had a student who he showed up really quiet, hood over the head kind of type. And as he progressed through the academic year, you began to see him, through both the academic work and the work of the Holy Spirit, he began to develop more, not only as a student, but as a person as well. You begin to see friendships develop, bonds form with, other friends, other students, but also with the teachers. And so it was really cool, because he's not the only case like that we've had. We have the unique opportunity to see students come in and be transformed, not just as students, but as people, through the work of God, through the hand of God, working through these teachers. My favorite part about getting to work with MGO's education program is getting to work with the students. I go in the classroom every Wednesday, and I sit down with 8 students of all different backgrounds, all different ages, and we discuss together how to communicate. The nature of my class is writing, but the nature of writing is communication. And we sit down, we talk about how you work through problems, how you organize your thoughts, how you organize other things, and really on a fundamental level, watching students' minds open up to a concept that they didn't previously understand, watching students achieve something that they were told maybe by people in the past that they're unable to achieve, watching them see that I can do this, watching students realize that they are capable, that they are able to do things that maybe the rest of the world tells them you can't do that. Watching students do the very thing they're told they can't, the very thing that they are told they are incapable of doing, is one of the greatest gifts that you have as a teacher.